Good morning. This is today's job. I'm back at a house where I was hired to clear out all the weeds from the garden, and then we're going to see what we can do after that. But it's my third day here. So far I've tackled the front and around the patio, and today I'm going to do here. I have a little bit to do over there by the pool, under the cedars, and then over this area where it's hydrangeas and some hostas. So we've done all the pretty well fun areas, and now we're down to the last patch where it's mainly a lot of just weeds, your regular weeds. But over by the pool, I did do a little bit last week, but there's gout weed in there, so I'll have to dig that out today. So yeah, we'll get to it. And I just thought I'd point out this, which is Creeping Jenny. A lot of the time it's put into hanging baskets. It's very pretty. It turns a nice golden yellowy, and it cascades over the edges of everything, but it roots everywhere and it gets into everything. So if you have it, keep an eye on it. It doesn't really like the heat, and it turns brown. It just cooks. So it looks okay now, but later in the season it's not very nice. So I don't usually keep it in gardens unless it's very controllable and irrigated. So anyway, we'll keep going. So I removed the grass just along the edge of the stepping stones so that it's easier for whoever's mowing. I wouldn't mind if some of the moss grew in around it, but don't want grass and dandelions growing up right against you. Somebody's gonna kill the hosta leaves. Because I mow the lawns at home, and I've been mowing lawns for companies as well, I try to think of the people who are going to be mowing and not just how it's going to grow. So when I can, I try to make it a little easier on the mowing crew. So yeah, that's it. And this is a little baby oak tree, or my friend calls them acorn trees because they grow from acorns. So you can see the little acorn and how it's split. It's pretty cool, and it's got some roots here, so yeah. If I had space, I'd save them. Along here, there seems to be a full brick pathway, and the dandelions are getting growing between the bricks, and I can't get my shovel in to dig them out by the root. Pretty densely paved together, so it's starting to rain, so we're gonna go heavier here. A little drier. It just started to rain, so I just wanted to get covered for a little bit. We got work over here anyway, under the tree. I think it stopped raining, so we can go back to over here. Did it? I don't really like to hop around too much because you forget where you were. So I'll bring the bucket back over. The homeowner doesn't want to keep the vine here, so I'm gonna have to dig this out. Well, I don't think I'm gonna be digging it out. I think I'm just gonna be cutting it back as best as I can. And I'll save that for after because that's gonna take some different tools. Sometimes when there are a lot of weeds, kind of like there is today, and the job seems a little bit overwhelming or daunting, I'll put my back to what I need to face, and I'll just look at the progress as I work. Eventually it all gets done, but it's sort of a little bit of a mental trick to not be overwhelmed, and you take breaks and you look back and see what you've done and how much progress you've made. But yeah, even for somebody like me who loves doing jobs like this, all those little weeds are they give me a bit of a headache. But like I've said before, as long as we get most of the big ones and touch on the little ones, things that end up in here like this, the roots will be exposed to the air and they'll end up dying, or you're gonna have to do another cleanup anyway, and you'll get them then. But today we're just trying to do the majority of everything, and it can't always be absolutely 100% perfect, and you'll see there's still little weeds everywhere. I'll do my best to go back in and clean it all up. And these are wild violets, and since there's nothing else in the garden, I will leave them. They do tend to spread, and so I'm taking out a few here and there, but in this kind of a garden they'll be fine. But if it was more of a ornamental, a lot of plants, then I might not leave something like this in, because it does tend to spread quite a bit. So now I need to get in there, but this window well is pretty deep, so I can't stand in it and try to reach this area, so I'm gonna go in there. But I forgot my shovel somewhere, my little trowel, I guess at a client's house yesterday. Whoops. So I'm gonna have to use my big shovel to try to get into some small spaces. I'll make it work. Luckily these are all pretty small weeds, so I don't need my shovel too much in here. These are all the roots from the ferns that make it a little tricky to sometimes get the very tiny weeds. It's nice to see the sun. We've had rain for skies that have been threatening rain for, I guess, 2 days now. So every now and again I come across a nice perennial that's been hidden. So we've got this guy who I'm pretty sure is called Lamium and likes the shade. I'm not sure what color this will end up having as a flower, but they come in pink, purple, white, yellow. They're very pretty. So we found a bit of that. And this guy here, oops. This is Solomon's seal, but a variegated version. So this will normally grow, I don't know, 4 feet and get all pretty little flowers underneath that droop over. So I'll leave that and hopefully it'll pick up, and once it gets more of the nutrients. I can see a couple other ones, but they've been walked on. This seems to be a popular area for the dogs, so let's see what we can do. always think it's so cute the way the roots, or they're not really roots, they're suckers. It's what holds it onto the building. But we'll clamp onto rocks. We kind of make a nice necklace or something. But I'm not sure how long the rocks would hold on for, but yeah. A natural piece of jewelry. So that looks pretty good. I'll go back in and give it a little extra fluff, but I'm pretty happy with this. I can see plants, especially over here. I love these guys. So okay, next. I'm gonna start over here and work my way down along the pool, but I'd rather get the hard digging out of the way in the morning than leave it until the end. I'm guessing some of these hostas we could move maybe to the other side where we just cleared out, and it'll fill in some of the blank spots. Sometimes I can't cut the garden edge the way I want it to. Like over here, I wouldn't have cut this so big because I know that they're not big gardeners, and so I don't want to give more work to people that they don't really want. So, but unfortunately that's the way it was, the shape it was when they got the house. So grass wasn't growing and it was all weed, so I had no choice but to make it that wide. But like I said, we could move maybe the hosta, or there's a few astilbes here that might do well over there. I don't think the homeowner is opposed to moving things about a little bit. So I can see some goutweed coming up there. I'm not sure what that plant is here. Kind of looks like a mint or a loosestrife, or it looks on purpose though. So I'm not going to dig it out, but most of the rest of this can all get dug out. I think the smartest thing would be to take out anything that's not a hydrangea in that bed, because they're just overtaking everything, which is nice. Last week I did the top and I did a little bit over there, but I still have all that bottom part to do and clean up. So try to finish up here today and get it looking good, and I can get out of their hair so they can enjoy their backyard. Hello. Hello, little friend. Hi. We got a buddy. Hello. Ooh, I see a weed over there. Checking out my work. I don't know how much time I have left to record. Whatever I do, I will. And then I'll have to get the ending of this with my phone because I still have that area down there. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish cleaning this up, but yeah, it's been fun. And this is, I'm drawing a blank. Deadly nightshade, or nightshade. When you pull it or break it, it smells a little bit like a tomato plant. And this will get blackberries and a white and yellow flower, I think. Anyway, they drop seeds and you can see the roots. Little plants grow off of it, so again, easy root system to dig out, but if you eat the berries, they can make you very sick. And no, it's red berries on this, I think. Anyway, I would Google it if I were you. That's what that looks like. So a little this kind of a leaf shape. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. So I had to switch cameras, so I'm on my phone now. I'm going to do all this. I need to get up in there a bit. And then over to here. There was the outweed just here, but I took it out last week. It continues. And then just for fun, we've got some green goatweed, which I took out from that garden last week. So I'm not going to record. I'm just going to record at the end because I don't want to use up all my battery. So this is the finished weeding project. The whole thing took me 3 full days and countless bags and compost bins full of debris and grass and edging material. I still see a few weeds popping up here and there, but it's to be expected. It's nature, it grows. So we've got all this that we did last time. And today's job, the vegetable garden that is full of bindweed and roots from a maple tree, so it's kind of hard to dig. It's like digging into carpet. So you've got to chop it into smaller bits to remove all the roots all at once. It won't kill the tree, but it could kill your vegetables. And then over here is sort of the shady part. So it all got a nice edge on it. over here when my camera died. So I found this brick little pattern under some weeds, so that was cool. Removed all the goutweed. There's still this tree that needs to be removed, but that'll be a job for next time. And I tidied it all along here. You get the wall. That part still needs a bit of love, but it's weed free almost. And I scraped all the dirt off the pathway, so that helped. Over here, I just pulled out a few plants that were in the wrong spots. Same with back there, it's all just clean. This was the big pink white Gilia that I had taken a picture of. And the beautiful peonies. They smell wonderful. And the rock garden's got a few weeds popping up, but not bad. And the garden. And where we started a few weeks ago. It still looks okay. Not too many weeds. And everything is growing in its own place. Over here, a few weeds have come back, but it's nothing too major. And this was, I cut that all. Still don't know what this plant is. But a few weeds in there, but nothing horrible, just regular stuff. Oh, there's the variegated Solomon seal that popped up over there. Seaweed. There are a few weeds in there that would have been really tiny a few weeks ago. Canadian anemone that needs to move. And some of the asters. And hydrangea bush. So it doesn't take long when there's a bit of rain to get a few more weeds back in there. So that's it. It needs to be polished, but it looks better than it was. So